Okay, so if, ladies, you are suffering with what they call restless legs or even cramp, because there is a bit of a crossover there, or even DOMS, so delayed onset muscle soreness, and that's when we've done a tough training session and there's a build-up of lactic acid. So there are some techniques that we can use, either through someone else massaging or through self-massage. And Debbie's just going to talk us through the benefits of this, how we do it, how simple it is in terms of what products we use. And it's just a really easy, basic process, but that could give you a much better night's sleep.
So basically, I've just used a warming massage oil. This one's ginger and frankincense, and I've mixed the magnesium oil spray with this. This is designed, you can use it on its own, but it's quite potent. So if you've got slightly sensitive skin, it can be a little bit not burny, but it can warm the skin up. You might like that feeling, but if not, just mix it with any oil, even baby oil or something. The magnesium is meant to help with restless leg or any sort of aches and pains in the legs, cramp as well.
And sleep as well. They always recommend a bit of magnesium for sleep, so it all ties in quite nicely there.
So what you do basically with the restless leg syndrome, you suffer from crawly feelings, tingly feelings in the legs, and a feeling of not being able to keep your legs still. So your legs are restless, as the name says, and you feel like you have to keep moving them to try and relieve the sensation. So what massage will do, it will help with your circulation, and it will just help to sort of relax and improve your blood flow, and hopefully give you some relief, because it does tend to happen at night time. So just start off by I'm going to be doing this on Lindsay, she can show you with her legs. So you're going to start off massaging the three major muscle groups, so your calf, your quads and your hamstrings. So with the calves, you're always working up, to the back of the leg. That's where the back of the knee is where your lymph nodes are. So you can gently press underneath the knee, and that will open your lymphatic drainage paths. Just really light movements. You only need to do it a few times. That will also help if you do have any puffiness in your ankles, your feet from water retention. It just helps the toxins to flow out.
And that's your calf.
So I'm just literally using the pads of my fingers, pressing into the calf muscle, just really warming up that muscle, getting the circulation going. I'd say probably do each move 3 times. When you place the leg down, you can then just apply a little bit of pressure to the front of the legs as well. When you're doing it yourself, you'll feel what's more comfortable for your own.
And you can put as much pressure in as you want, can you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm just
pressing first.
So this is just working. So yeah, you can use one hand, and you can cover a lot of the leg really with one hand.
That's quite nice, that, especially when you get top of the quad there.
And then you want to work on your hamstrings. So again, just really wrap your fingers, cradle the back of your hamstring and press in. Now, it's difficult to know because I don't suffer from restless leg, I suffer from cramps in my feet. And my husband gets really bad restless legs. So sometimes you get a certain point of your leg that almost is more painful, uncomfortable. And if that is the case, then work on that area. So for instance, if you feel the discomfort in the top of your legs and you can find what point it is, just use your thumbs to press and hold in that point where it is
a trigger point.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if there's an area that is more susceptible, whether it's just an all over feeling that you get, but again, it's not going to harm you just doing these pressing movements. So really that's sort of, you've done lots of pressing movements on all the three major muscle groups. So from there you just really want to get that circulation going by doing kneading movements. So you can do with one hand,
and then the back of the leg.
Do with two hands. You can work round the back. So again, you're always going upwards. Okay.
So if I was to try it myself then.
So if you were doing it yourself,
quickly,
you would always just start at the base of the ankle. Let's give you a little bit of oil.
Okay, so I'd start the ankle and start pressing.
Press. That's
Cupping
it.
my fingers. Can you see that, what I'm doing?
So you're pulling towards the back of the leg. There's no right or wrong. You just literally, when you're doing it, try and relax your fingers into it as well, because sometimes if you're not used to doing it, your fingers can tense up. But if you can sort of almost mould your fingers into the muscles, you'll find it more comfortable on your hands.
Could I start there with the presses and then stay with the calf?
Yeah.
And then go with my massage like that and work my way up that way?
Yeah, that's absolutely
So
fine.
just long, and that feels quite easy to do. That pulling the back of my leg, that feels nice. And then I'd probably then feel I'd want to go to my hamstring just because I'm
Yeah, so you're working round the back.
And then up, all the way up the leg.
Yeah.
And then come back to the knee. And again.
Yeah.
Does it work where my thumbs are, because I'm self-massaging, my thumbs seem to be on top.
So what I would do is if you're pulling back yourself, I would take your hands and I would just work them down. That's it. Anything like that. So you're literally.
So once I've done my presses with my thumbs and my fingers, in fact, I can get my fingers and thumbs on the front and the back of my leg. So then I'd come into that.
And you can always, you just pull and squeeze, pull and squeeze. Okay. That's it, yeah. So that's a really good one. You can work round the side of the leg. And remember, you can move your leg. Your leg doesn't have to stay in that one position. Liz could actually
turn my
knee out. And then she's getting her hamstrings as well. You can also turn your, obviously, leg that way and really get some pulling movements. So there is no, as long as you're going upwards, then you're gonna.
So that would really help. And then what else can we do in terms of self-care, bathing, bathing?
So yeah, I love my baths in the evening. So I always have a warm bath. I mean, they say hot baths. I do like hot bath, but they do say not to have it too hot because it dehydrates your skin. And but I always just pop some sort of bath salts in. So that's a muscle relax. It's got the magnesium in there.
Good old Radox.
That helps. But there's loads of different magnesium salts you can get from Holland and Barrett. So that's the start. So once you've had your warm bath or your shower, obviously your everything's a little bit warm. You've warmed your cells up, you've warmed your blood up, you've warmed your muscles up. And then all these exercises you can do on the floor, but you can do in your bed. You can do all those massage movements laying in the bath as well. So if you'd rather not pop the oil on when you're in bed, you can lay in the bath and do it.
That's nice.
But yeah, there's no right or wrong. The other thing, cramp. I get really bad cramp. So my top tips are hydration, because I know that when I've not drunk enough, I definitely get it worse. I always get it when my feet get cold in Pilates. So my toes literally cross. I get cramp in the instep of my foot as well. So lots of massage. Well? So yeah, lots of massage in the feet, just massaging, pulling your toes out. So literally get your big toe and just pull.
That goes through me.
Just pull. That's a good one. Or dislocate the toe. Massage around the ankles. So circular movements around the ankle joint. is a really good
It does
one.
warm you up as well,
Yeah.
you know, it does warm you up. And I have really bad circulation.
And then, you know, you can obviously, like Lindsay does in her Pilates, your rotation work as well will really help. Other top tip, if you get cramp at night in your feet, Tiger Balm's really good. A thin layer of Tiger Balm and then pop some socks on. I find that really helps if I get cramp in my feet at night.
Great tips. So there are some self-care tips, and alongside that we will do a little video clip on how you can do some stretches also, and a few tips using the foam roller. So all of those techniques should hopefully ease those menopausal symptoms, restless legs or cramp. I hope you found that helpful. Thank you to Debbie.